What's up, dudes? I'm 3 Silence here. Welcome to another video. And today I'm going to be doing a custom advancements tutorial, as you might have seen with the title. Now, I'm just going to do some very simple ones. So I'm coding these in NetBeans because um, right, I'm supposed to choose what type of project it's doing. So we're just going to leave it as that. Pretty much anything you can make stuff in would work. So we're just going to call this advancements. So we're just going to finish this up. And in here, basically what you want to do is you want to delete that. I meant to not have that created. So this one I was initially using to mess around with loot tables, but I did make my custom advancements in here. By the way, I tried to set it to be able to use this, but apparently it can't use custom textures, or maybe, just maybe, I misspelled something in here. Doesn't look like it. So currently advancements do not work with a custom backgrounds. Anyway, that's besides the point. We're going to go in here and we're going to create this one, we're going to call it custom.tutorial. So basically in here, we're going to store all of those. We're going to create a new JS1 file and we're going to call it root. This is going to be the root advancement. Now, there are a few ways to do this. Now, the first thing you want to note is the display. This is the first thing you want to worry. This is pretty much something that the root could take care of. So in here, in display, you start with something called icon. This is it. So display is its own thing, and within it you have something called icon. Now what this is you can specify things such as item, data, and stuff, but we're just going to specify item for this because for this one we're going to do item Minecraft grass. Or maybe Minecraft grass, maybe gravel, or red flower. But if you're going to do something like that, you got to specify data. So let's go with planks. Now we're just going to specify data. So data, say 4. This will set it to the acacia planks. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's for each, corresponding to each type of planks. Now, next thing you want to worry about is the title. So for the title, this is the title, this is basically what you want this to be called. We're just going to call, so considering this is the root advancement, you're going to want to set this as the name of the tab. Basically, root advancements are ones that have no parent. Basically, there's advancement trees, the thing that's going on. Well, let's explain that in a bit. But this is the root one. This is the first one in the advancement tree, because if you look into Minecraft, you'll see that there is a tree starting with one of them. This one's going to be called Tutorial advancements. And then we can set a description, which reads all these advancements were made in a tutorial. I don't know, some sort of description. Anyway, that would be the end. Let's go into here and let's take a look at, oh wait, that's a different one. Sorry. Let's go into here and let's just take a look at rows. This one, it's supposed to be able to get us this one. Now there's other ones. There's something called frame. Frame basically is set to task, goal, or challenge. Root just set it to task. That's the default one. By the way, I make JSON mistakes. Basically, frame, well, that basically means what shape is around it. So you'll have task, goal, or challenge. Task is just a normal advancement. Goal is something special. Challenge is the one that plays that weird music thing. I don't know. And then there's a few other things. There's something called show toast, which I believe is whether the advancement pops up on screen and the little tab in the upper right corner. And so for this, we're going to set it to false. Its defaults to true, but for the root, you want to set it to false. Also for the root, you're going to want to set announce in chat to be false. I believe that's what it's supposed to look like. Can't remember. It's not announced in chat, it's announced to chat. My mistake. And then there's another one, hidden. This is by default, root ones are hidden, but set it to true here. I set that one with the rows, as you can see. But there's another one, which you'll see with root, is it will have a background. I tried to set it to the custom background. Now, I'm going to show you, that's the recording software. I'm going to show you where the backgrounds for it are here. They're not in advancements, they're in textures, GUI, advancements. And that's just the different types of tabs and stuff like that. Widgets, that's that. Window, those are important stuff. But then we have backgrounds, which has adventure and husbandry, nether, and stone. So we're just going to set this to stone. So we're just going to go in here and we're going to take a look at the path. It's Minecraft, that's the namespace for it, and then textures, GUI, advancements, backgrounds, stone.png. So background Minecraft textures slash GUI slash advancement slash background dot png. Now I think with this, because these are basically the block textures, I think what you can do is you can, in fact, go to Minecraft. You can go textures, blocks, and pick any of these you feel like. Let's set the background to brick. How's that about that? So textures slash block slash brick.png, perhaps? That should show up as a brick background. You can do that. That works. Now, actually, I'm just scared now that I screwed this up and it's actually blocks in there. Hang on. Yes, it's blocks, not block. Yeah, because I believe in the models folder, it's just block, and in the textures, it's blocks. I think that's the case. I don't know. Anyway, that's all you want to do with display. Now, this line right here is one you only need for the root advancement because it specifies the background for the entire tab. And then what we're going to add is another thing. Now, parent is a thing that only exists in every advancement except the root advancement. So we're just going to go straight into something called criteria. This is another one of these. And in here, we've got, this can be named whatever you want. You can say empty, for example. I don't know, any name you feel like. But basically, it's one of these. Basically, you have to specify something called trigger, and we're going to go with this one, Minecraft tick. Basically, what this will do is as soon as you log in, you'll basically achieve this advancement. Basically, this one's just simple and does pretty much nothing interesting. So yeah, that is that one. Now there are two other sections that you can do. There's requirements and rewards. This is a root advancement, so we're not going to give it any rewards. And requirements, well, you've only got one criteria, so requirements isn't necessary. Now we're just going to move this over to here so that I can open this up because I'm going to go into my history. I'm not going to go into recently closed. We're going to go to history and we look through this because what I'm looking for is I am looking for something that's not a YouTube video, something that this thing. This is the list of all triggers. It is really useful to have. So we're done with root, by the way. So we're just going to go in here. And we're going to create a new one called, say, for example, find jungle. I don't know why you are looking specifically for why you would make an advancement to find a jungle. Heck, let's take it a little bit further and say find jungle temple. So that's that. We're gonna that the trigger that this one is going to need is Minecraft location because it's asking you to find a jungle temple. So we're gonna start with display. Let's say now this one we're going to do icon. Set it to item. Set the item to say Minecraft leaves potentially, or how about cobblestone because that's what the jungle temple's made of. Okay, that makes sense, right? Or a dispenser because that's what the traps in it are made of. Or you can do tripwire hook, or you can do the chiseled stone bricks. I don't know, but I'm gonna use cobblestone. This one, since it doesn't use data, don't need a data tag there. Anyway, next thing you want to look for is now. Was the next one again? It was title. This is important. We're gonna call this I don't know, temple in the jungle or something. I don't know what do you call it, but we're gonna come up with a description. We're gonna call it find a jungle temple. And frame, we don't need to specify it, but I prefer to have it specified whenever I'm doing this. We're gonna call it frame task. And that's everything we need to do for display. I'm not gonna change the announcing in chat and all that stuff because, well, I don't need to. So then, this is the fun part. We're gonna have something called parent. Now, actually, this is interesting. I feel like we can rename this. We're just going to rename it to find temple. Temple, let's say find a desert or jungle temple. This allows me to show off some more interesting stuff. So parent, we're going to call the parent, it's custom is the namespace, and then tutorial slash root. That's that. By the way, I keep hitting Control S every single time I do something. And then we're going to go back to here. We're going to hit criteria. And then we're going to open up another one of these. And then we're going to come up with find jungle temple. Because if we set it to this finding the structure that's temple, it would also count for witch huts or no, I think igloo is separate, but witch hut for some strange reason counts as a temple. If you mess around with the slash locate command, you might come to realize that a bit. Every time you're typing slash locate temple in a swamp, you end up finding a witch hut. It's like, why directing me to a witch hut? But that's why. So we want to specifically make sure that we know which jungle it is. This is why I'm doing this. So trigger would be Minecraft location. And this is where we need to specify something called conditions. Now, this is listing tags common to all locations. There's biome, dimension, feature. Now, dimension is just overworld, end, or nether. We don't need to mess with that. Position is coordinates. We're not messing with that for this. I did use this tag to create the advancement for getting on the roof of the Nether. Specifically was checking to make sure you were above Y128, you were in the Nether, and that's pretty much all it needed to do. I also decided to check to make sure it was the Nether biome, which is hell. Anyway, conditions. We're going to do biome jungle. Now this is where we get some interesting stuff. Find jungle temple. There's a few variants for jungle. If you go in here, we're going to look through them. We've got, you're not going to be able to find them, but there's jungle, jungle edge, jungle hills, and then when you look through all the stuff that's labeled mutated, that's a thing. You get mutated jungle and mutated jungle edge, but I don't believe you get mutated jungle hills because I honestly I don't know. But yeah. And then you want to make sure it checks feature temple, and the T has to be capitalized. As you can see in here, it's got temple, End City, Fortress, Mansion, Mineshaft, Monument, Stronghold, Temple, and Village. That's actually all the same stuff that's in the /locate thing for the /locate command, which interestingly enough does not include igloo. Maybe igloo counts as temple. I don't know. I'll check if igloo counts as temple. Anyway. So now you want to create a few of these. Now I find it easiest to just hit Control C and copy them down for all this. So you need 5 of them. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you can't have these all be identical, so we're going to find jungle edge temple, find jungle hills temple, because the jungle temple can generate in any of these. If you only have it set to jungle, well, if you're in a jungle edge, you find one, it won't work. So we're just going to have to do that. So find mutated jungle, find mutated jungle edge temple. That's long. But anyway, what this will do is it will ensure that it can check each of these. Now, unfortunately, without messing around with something called requirements, it will require you to find a jungle temple in a normal jungle, in a jungle edge, in jungle hills, in a mutated jungle, and a mutated jungle edge. It'll require you to find a jungle temple in each one of those 5. So we're just going to mess with that in a bit, but we're just going to change this so that it has all of these so that they all do that. The jungle biome and the desert biome are the best ones to do with this. If I was asking you to find a river, well, that would be pretty basic. Literally, you just need to do a find river, trigger Minecraft location conditions, biome, river. And that's it. Actually, this one's showing an example, as you can see, that's the example. This one, by the looks of it, is asking you to find a jungle temple in the overworld. Where else would you find it? It's located at X, Y, at X0 specifically, at Y60. You specifically have to be Y60 to do that. I think that's possible because of how temples generate, so don't worry about that. But you have to be in between -10 and... So basically, you have to find a jungle temple specifically on the X-axis, on the Z-axis, somewhere between -10, within 10 blocks of the X-axis. That is impossible. I have no clue. This is an impossible thing, but yeah, that's what's going on here. This is much, much simpler. Anyway, now that we've got all the criteria, we can add in another thing. It's going to be requirements, and requirements is an array. So you want that set up, but it's an array within an array. Now, you can have it set up to have multiple arrays within this array, but that's just normal things. That's for some complicated stuff. that you'll get to in a bit. If we were to set each of those in their own array, basically what that would do is require each of them to be checked off. I'm going to be doing interesting I'm going to be doing an interesting achievement in a bit. But anyway, what we're going to look at now is we're going to specifically, but we're going to leave this alone because there's still more we need. We need the desert ones because it's asking us to find a desert temple or a jungle temple. So let's do that. Okay, so a desert. We've got a desert hills, but I believe there are mutated deserts. Yep, there's a mutated desert. It's just mutated desert. So we only got 3 this time. So we need to do find desert temple, and that's that one. We're going, trigger is again, I don't know, we'll put an underscore there. Trigger is again Minecraft location, and the conditions this time around will be biome, desert, and feature, which means structure, by the way, feature temple. With a capital T, I hit the shift key as I was typing that T, but apparently I didn't or something. I don't know. But anyway, we only need 3 of these, so we're just going to do find desert hills temple, which asks for a desert hills biome this time around, and find mutated desert temple, which of course asks for a mutated desert. All right, now that we've got that down, basically we have to put all these in an array. Basically, what it will do is it will check them off. Basically, it means you can have any of them. I don't think there's a way to make it so that there's simultaneous stuff happening, so that you have different triggers. For example, you pick up rotten flesh in a desert, specifically. I don't think that's a thing, or making a snowman in the nether. You can't do that simultaneously, unfortunately. You can't have multiple triggers, I believe. If you could, that would be great. That'd be awesome, but you can't. I'm actually gonna want to ask Mojang to make it so you can do that. Anyway, that's besides the point. Requirements, we're gonna put find. Oh man, I hate it when I accidentally hit the enter key. Find jungle temple. Why did I put a period there? Find jungle edge temple. Basically, we want to put in all of these. We're gonna put find jungle hills temple. Find mutated jungle temple, find mutated jungle edge temple. That's a really long one, but yeah, that's a thing. Find desert temple, find, you get the idea, right? Find desert hills temple. You get the idea. I'm hoping you get the idea at this point. You gotta basically, if you wanted to pick either of those, you gotta do some stuff. Now, there's some complex logic you can do here. For example, the next advancement I'm going to be showing you, that's going to be stuff. Find desert hills temple, and lastly, I believe there was find mutated desert temple. That was a long line, but anyway, that's all that needs. We can set a rewards thing though. So we're going to go rewards. Now there's several different things that can be done, but we're specifically going to do experience because it's the only one that the game actually uses. So we're going to give this, say, 100 experience. There you go. You get 100 experience for finding a jungle temple. Good for you. It only activates the first time though. Anyway, find a jungle temple or desert temple, you get 100 experience. Basically, that's what this does. And now we're going to, actually, I'm also going to show all three of them because I'm only gonna set 3 examples. If you look at this, you can find all the different types of um triggers, and that's the thing. But anyway, oh yay, my video has finished uploading. This one will have gone up later today. This is going up tomorrow when I record this. Anyway, we're gonna look at another advancement as an example because I haven't actually attempted this before. But we're going to take a look at plant seed. What does this do? It asks you to place a block. Okay, balanced diet. So this one is basically the one you get for eating every type of food in the game. Now the trigger is consume item. So basically we want to find a trigger titled consume item. That's that. So we're going to do this one, eat all meat. Basically we want to eat every type of meat in the game, but we want it to count for one, but we don't want it to be both raw and we don't want it to be both raw and cooked. We want it to only be one or the other per thing. So this is going to have some complicated stuff. So display, we're going to say set it to send the icon. We're going to set to perhaps I accidentally hit the 1 key in the number pad. Minecraft. I don't know. Mm, rotten flesh, maybe. That's a type of meat. And you'll be eating that. Heck, you'll be eating a puffer fish, by the way. Have have fun with that one because technically it's a fish. That's a type of meat. So for this one, you'll be eating a type of meat. I might actually put this one in my custom advancements because it's so funny. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to set title. We're going to call it Meat Lover. I don't know. I just come up with a random name. Description. Eat all types of meat in the game, which of course includes rabbit, chicken, mutton, beef, pork chop, rotten flesh, fish, salmon, uh, pufferfish, clownfish. I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm hoping that's it. I'm hoping there's no horse meat. I'm hoping this game hasn't gone there. That'd be terrifying if it did. Anyway, now that we're done messing with that, let's move on to the frame, which I'm going to set as challenge. And just for fun, let's set hidden to true. This really is pointless, but I'm just having fun. So we're gonna set parent to custom tutorial / find temple. There you go. That's a good one. And then here's the criteria section. This is the important part, right? This is how you tell what you want this to do. Anyway, we're going to start with the first one. Eat raw pork chop. Now, I forget what the item ID for the food is, so we're going to have to open up another thing over here to check. So let's look at food Minecraft wiki. That's what we're going to look up. By the way, if you don't know, if you go in here, you can find each one of these. So these are all the different. So basically, if you're looking for all the good types of meat, here's all of them. Should we include spider eye in this? I feel like I feel like that would just be hilarious if we did include if we did include spider eye. Yeah, let's include spider eye. So I'm actually gonna open these in new tabs. All of them. So that we can find their item IDs. There we go. Now that we've done that, my internet browser has broken. Yep, I opened up way too many tabs. My internet browser has completely broken. But here we have the raw chicken one. That's spider eye. That's all types of fish are in there. There's mutton. I'm looking for pork chop specifically. Cooked pork chop. There's raw pork chop. So this one is just called pork chop, by the way. Yeah. Trigger. Minecraft. Consume item. Conditions. By the way, due to how things work, you're gonna have to do something like this. Item. Item. That's literally makes no sense, but that's what you have to do. And the item just has to be Minecraft pork chop. And boom, that's that one. Now we can delete this tab. That's raw mutton. Let's find cooked pork chop. So eat cooked pork chop. This is going to be quite the fun little thing. So trigger will nb Minecraft consume item. Obviously, I'm not sure why it wouldn't be, but hey, well, I'm not going to judge you. Conditions. Again, you got to do the same thing with this double item nonsense. I don't even know. This is Minecraft, but this time it is apparently, if you're on the PC edition, it's cooked pork chop, but if you're on the Pocket edition, it's pork chop cooked. Well, this is for the PC edition, so I'm just going to say cooked pork chop. Now, all things considered, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Control C on this and go into here and let's see. Let's find the raw beef. There it is. It's just called beef, naturally. So we're just going to rename this to Eat Raw Beef and Minecraft Beef. Again, same thing over here. Okay, so I guess the next one it wants me to mess with is the mutton. Why not? So eat raw mutton. As doesn't even have an underscore this time. So he's got mutton and cooked mutton. Okay, this is a really tedious one, by the way. Yeah, some of this can get really. I personally find working with JSON stuff to be really, really tedious. A lot of coding can be really tedious because it's repetitive. So there we go. We've got the mutton part of this thing. Now we have chicken. by the looks of things, all fish are in the same category, so we can just get rid of literally everything else that reads fish. So that this is the only one open, labeled fish. Anyway, we're gonna work on the cooked chicken, and I guess the chicken and the rabbit are next. Anyway, so let's place this down quickly twice so that we can just do this. Okay, so this one needs to read chicken, and this one needs to read, again, let me check this thing. It'll probably read chicken. Yes, just chicken. Just chicken. There, that was easy. This one is just eat cooked chicken. This, by the way, you can put anything you want there. You can put my mom's makeup there. I don't know why. It's probably best to name it something related to what you're actually doing. So we got cooked rabbit and just simply rabbit here. So anyway, here we have eat raw rabbit. Honestly, in real life, I'd never recommend that. But in here we have eat cooked rabbit. Actually, I'd never recommend eating any raw meat. That would probably not be good for you. But anyway, we've got both types of rabbit. By the way, gotta eat all 4 types of fish, but the salmon and the normal fish, whether or not it's cooked, doesn't matter, by the way, for this. So we're gonna hit this, we're gonna put fish, fish, and this one will read salmon. Don't ask why there's rotten flesh on the side there. Salmon. That was really simple, right? Now we're gonna open fish. Now, we need to take a look at data values for this. Is it gonna tell us what the name is? It doesn't. Wow. Now that's beautiful. It's just like, here we are. Here's all the type of fish, but no, we're not telling you what the Okay. So we're gonna have to do Minecraft item IDs to find this. I don't like having to do this. No, that's data values block IDs. Okay, if we're gonna go to data values, we're gonna go to item IDs. Just hope this shows up. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna scroll down. We're gonna find the fish section of this. There we go. It's Minecraft fish and Minecraft cooked fish. At least it was simple. But now for this, we need to set a data tag. This one will be 0. It keeps showing me rotten flesh. I don't need that tab open now. This one will be Minecraft cooked fish with a data tag of 0. And this one will be Minecraft fish again, in fact, with a data tag of 1. That's this one. Basically, that means basically means, hey, so data 0 for fish is fish. Data 1 is salmon. The same is true with cooked fish. However, data 2 with normal fish is clownfish, and data 3 is pufferfish. At least I think that's the case. I don't know. Maybe it's different. Maybe I'm going crazy. Nah, I'm good. Anyway, eat clownfish. Yep. Basically, clownfish, one of the most useless items in the game. Right up there with rotten flesh. Actually, no, rotten flesh you can use as a dog food without wasting your own meat on the dog, I guess. But clownfish, I don't know, maybe you can use that as food for a cat because it's the one you don't want. Huh. Okay, so these supposedly wasteful items, the clownfish and the rotten flesh, are not. Who would have thunk? Bam. Hero knowledge all over your face. Why am I trying to call back to old Toy Cat quotes? Okay. So conditions, we want this to be item, and again, this has got to be some sort of nested stuff because it's also got to have that data tag. Data tag, Minecraft. So it's got to be, you gotta have the Minecraft thing. I think it'll still work if you don't have the Minecraft thing, but it's better to put it there than not. So then again, this one's got data on it. It's got 2. We're just gonna hit Control C for this because something I want to do is I'm just gonna copy this for this next bit. We're gonna call it puffer fish. Yeah, and it's gonna have data 3. There we go. That was easy. Now for the next one. Eat rotten flesh. This is honestly getting on my nerves a bit, the tediousness of this. But trigger is going to be Minecraft consume item. Again, this is literally the trigger for all of these. Conditions are, well, item. The item tag has got to have an item tag of, so take a look at rotten flesh. It's, surprise, surprise, rotten underscore flesh. Some of these are really simple, but hey, the raw stuff being just that without just that rather than raw underscore that, it, that actually threw me off, would have thrown me off had I done that without looking that up. So better be safe than sorry. So we're just going to copy that and replace the rotten flesh with spider eye. And then that is all the criteria done. It's a bit long, like very long. Anyway, next one you want to pay attention to is you want to make sure you get on the right curly brace, by the way. Not this one, this one. You want to go now, and you want to hit requirements. This is how I like formatting my arrays when I'm doing this. Anyway, requirements. We're going to put eat raw pork chop, or this is basically this is basically how they've set it up to be ors and ands and stuff. This is why you'd want to have multiple arrays in here, because this one will be eat, because this one will require you to eat both the raw and the cooked stuff. This will require you to eat either of those, and the rest of them don't matter at this point now, apparently. Eat cooked pork chop. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to highlight this, Control C, and we're going to do pork chop, beef, mutton, chicken, rabbit, fish, salmon. Those are the important ones. So we're just going to rename this to beef. This one to mutton. This one to chicken. By the way, the order just doesn't matter. And this one to, what was it called again? How about rabbit? And then this one, we're going to rename it to fish. This one, salmon. This one we're going to call beef. This one, mutton again. By the way, these have to match for this achieve advancement to work the way I want it to. So you want to make sure you got the right syntax going here. And this one, fish. And salmon. Okay, that works. But now we want to do the single ones. Let's do eat clownfish. There you go. That's one. But now we also want it to say eat pufferfish. Jen, like Pattinson, you know what I'm talking about, right? She'd love that one. Eat rotten flesh. Actually, I can get rid of this and this. I can put this back on full screen. Anyway, eat rotten flesh. And lastly, eat spider eye. Now, after eating all this, you're going to expect a reward, I'm hoping, right? So we're going to give this one a reward. Rewards. Experience. This one, about 500. There we go. But interestingly enough, there are other types of rewards that you can give. So I don't remember how you get them because that was the only one I really wanted to mess with. But you know what? Let me just show you them. I'm not going to keep them around, but I'm just going to show you them because, you might want to know. Now, this is just going to take me a little while to find it. Let's go. Let's go. There we go. This is a tutorial I found, written one. I'm just doing a YouTube tutorial. But this one, apparently... Okay, so this is what are we looking for? Rewards. You can have recipes, loot, experience, and function. Function, basically, it's a function to run with this. That's one that you might use at times, just so you know. And the loot, I believe it's asking for a loot table. So we can give it a loot table, but I don't want to. I don't want to. We're just going to leave it like this. I just wanted to show you that because it's possible. So anyway, that was long. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, please be sure to hit the like button, share it if you liked it, and subscribe for daily content, and be sure to have a lovely day. Bye-bye.